Our program is a mental health prevention program called the Reconnect Socialization Program. And our typical senior are isolated individuals who are at home and at risk of mental health complications. Most of our seniors are not connected to the community and suffer many losses at the end of their lifespan. So they may be living among a family member, but everybody's busy with their own activities, and so they're sitting home alone without any human connectiveness. The Treasures program has been exactly that, a treasure. It's been a gem. It has allowed the older adult to come in and to learn how to express themselves through the medium of art.
They come in depressed, they come in scared. They come in worried that they're not going to make friends with other people. They have all of the same insecurities that everybody else has. And when we create an open environment for them, a welcoming environment for them, where they can express themselves through art, it really changes them and it gives them a sense of purpose.
Right now, your hands are your only tools. Don't try and use any sticks or anything. Your hands are your tools right now.
Insu was referred to our program by one of our participants who thought that she would benefit because she was very isolated at the time, and she didn't really want to socialize with the peers in her apartment. She showed a lot of symptoms of depression.
I have a son and a daughter. My daughter still lives in Seoul, Korea. After my son graduated high school, I left my job as a teacher and brought him with me in 1988 to the United States to further his education. At that time, I couldn't speak any English, and that made me very scared. My first home was in Costa Mesa. I lived there for 1 year, but it was very difficult for me. There were no Korean families, no markets or places to go. I stopped doing almost everything and stayed at home. I heard that a Korean school in Orange County was looking for teachers. For 18 years as a teacher, I taught various subjects: music, Korean, Chinese calligraphy, and art. It was wonderful to interact with all the students I was teaching. After retiring, I eventually moved to this apartment. As time passed, I became very sad because I did not know anyone here. So I would sit and stare out of the window, reminiscing about my youth and past. Then I heard about the wonderful Treasures program, and I decided to attend. Looking back, I realized that I was very lonely. I never left my apartment. I would sit and stare out this window. It became my friend.
She kind of just isolated herself. She just stayed home all day, not leaving her home. She didn't really want to get out, so it was kind of difficult for me to get her out of her own home, especially with her low income. She told me she had limited transportation options. I encouraged her by saying, I could provide transportation. Why don't you just come to this class one time with me? And just encouraging and supporting her just kind of got her out of her door. And once she just stepped into the art class, she just fell in love with it, and thereafter she just been coming ever since.
Okay, so take some like this, don't be afraid, and start at 12 o'clock.
as I attended the Treasures program, I was so pleased that I had made the decision. The class was very exciting, and I really liked the teachers. Because I don't know much English, my counselor Sarah would translate and interpret what the instructor said for me. These are the reasons that I attended regularly. Each Wednesday class was a very happy time for me. Even today, I look forward to the classes, and if there was another class like this, I would certainly attend. Before the Treasures art class, all I could do was sit by that window and ponder how I would pass the last years of my life. I would spend my days staring out the window and reading. I felt trapped with no car for transportation. When I moved here, I thought this would be my last home. That is how I saw my life, hopeless and without happiness. Attending the art class has changed all that. I have made new friends at the classes and here in my apartment complex. I am very thankful for such a wonderful organization and for Sarah.
With Insu, I worked with her for about a year. Our program is actually a year-long program, and during that year, I provided supportive counseling. Maybe I visited her about 2-3 times a week, trying to encourage her to get her out of her home. Although there was the language barrier, she wanted me to translate for her to meet new friends, and in which she actually integrated very well and made a lot of friends in the class. And she's been participating ever since, and she's actually graduated from our program, and she ongoingly attends our classes and intends on coming, and she has actually never missed a class once.
When I create my art, I am solely focused on the project. I think to myself, how can I make this art better? My mind is constantly spinning with ideas, and during that time, memories of my childhood surface. I feel young again. Also, watching the instructors reminds me of my teaching days, and those are very happy thoughts. I am still happy today. I am over 80 years old, and my thought processes have started to slow. But going to the Treasures art classes has helped me think faster. I am so excited about those times and look forward to each class. Even though we don't speak the same language, meeting, learning, and mingling with my classmates excites me. Also, each of the instructors has a different personality, and that is very interesting to me. Learning the different art techniques of drawing and creating makes me feel young again. My hands and heart feel young. I'm motivated. It's a time of excitement. I forget all my fears and worries. When people start to get older, some of us often lose hope. Younger people have hope for their future lives, but seniors often do not because death is closer. The Treasures program and Council on Aging have given me hope, and that makes me very happy and thankful.
We serve a very diverse population. It's very reflective of the population in Orange County. And it is amazing to see multiple ethnicities in one room learning an art and coming together and helping each other. And even if they don't speak the same language, art truly is a language because it just cuts through all the barriers. It helps untap a skill, a treasure, you may say, that the senior possesses in them. Our program has some ways in which we measure the outcomes of how we're doing. And we do different tools one of them a PHQ-9, which measures depression, and a socialization scale. 90 to 95% of our individuals either sustain the level or improve the levels where they were at. So their depression goes down and their socialization numbers go up.
When they first come into the class, they're very timid and nervous about who they're going to be communicating with, what type of activity they're expecting, just because all of them come from such different backgrounds and have had such different experiences in their life. And a lot of them have experienced a lot of hardships. So once they experience a welcoming class, and once they start communicating with all of the other participants in the program, they really start to feel a sense of belonging.
For anyone to have a special time to do something that they like to do in an environment they like to do it in, and something that they look forward to coming to every week, it's priceless. I paint. I look forward to the time that I can paint. While we were here, it was quiet after I quit talking because they're so engaged and concentrating on what they're doing. And I think our work provides that. They really, really produced good work.
With Rosie in particular, actually when I started, she wasn't my participant. She was another case manager's participant. So she kind of, transitioned to work with me. And so when I met her, she was already doing some social activities. And it was getting close to her graduation of the program.
I really love everything about the Treasures program, the other attendees, the lively environment. I enjoy making all of them laugh and knowing that they are happy. It is a lot of fun making friends. I have always enjoyed learning new things. The painting is very enjoyable. Even though I don't know how to do some kinds of art, I am eager to learn all that I can. Most of all, I enjoy drawing flowers. I could draw flowers every day and that would make me very happy.
Every person is different. Every person has different needs and different ways of doing things and seeing the world. So we focus on that. And based on, those qualities and those needs, we create a plan for them. And, that plan can be like, I'm going to link you with the Bowers Museum because I can see that you really like art. And it'd be a great opportunity for you to have that support system and that activity to take part in. So with Rosie, it was very easy working with her. Fortunately, she has a great attitude and a great perspective on life. So, it was just about finding things that she can do to use those qualities that she has. When she started doing the art classes, and she loves going to the Bowers Museum and doing all those activities, but she a lot of times would say, oh, I know how to do this, and she would get excited about it, and she would help other participants, like, oh, do it this way. If you use these colors, they'll work better and things like that. So we started noticing this pattern in her, and Jen actually came up with the idea of her starting her own group. With Rosie, it was just perfect. She comes every Monday, she brings all her materials, and she's ready to teach her class.
In one of the classes, the teacher was having a difficult time managing the class and teaching a certain type of art. I made some suggestions. Jenna asked if I could help out. I said yes. I was soon teaching the class. I realized that my enthusiasm is often good for them because they tell me that when I give a class, they are very relaxed and happy. And in the end, they appreciate the help I give.
For Rosie, I feel like it's helped her to find new ideas, find new ways of helping people. She realizes that through art, herself can be an impact on others.
I really enjoy seeing everyone happy to be alive. positive and feeling energetic. In fact, there is one person who is blind, and I don't know if it is partly due to my motivation, but he tells me that he can see lights and shadows. I encourage him by asking, "Where are the windows and lights?" He points to them, and that makes me feel very happy and encourages me to encourage them. I teach several blind participants, and I feel that even though they can't see me, I feel like they can.
The blind participants do need a little bit more guidance. They can't just jump on into an activity and, just expect them to know what's going on. So with them, I do help guide them, but in many cases now they've become so independent they don't really need me. I just explain what's going on in the art class, give them the materials, and let them take it from there. And that's really what I hope for my other participants as well, because and in many cases I'll tell them well, look at our participant Martin. Look at how he's visually impaired, but he's doing it on his own. You can do it. If he can do it, you can do it.
My way of teaching is to provide encouragement. When someone says they can't do something, I always tell them not to say that because it blocks the desire to try. If you believe that you can do something and you keep at it, it may not be perfect, but you will succeed.
Many seniors are not aware of mental health issues and how it affects them. They may suffer from them, and it comes out in a physical form where you have lack of energy, lack of desire to get out of the house, isolation. It sometimes affects their sleep. So when they're able to come to a program like the Treasures Art Projects, they not only connect with others, so they increase their socialization and connectiveness to others, they give some meaning to their life, their dignity is increased, and then from a clinical perspective, it allows some expression of feelings that they have inside.
So to be able to have a reason to get up, to go to classes, to make new friends, to connect to people really has a profound impact in the life of our seniors. We have been able to witness the improvement in quality of life. We have been able to witness the improvement in the mental health status, and we have also been able to witness the improvement in the social functioning of the participants that we're serving. And that really speaks by itself.